Hello, this lesson is going to be about time order words. Time order words tells when something happened or places events in order, like first, second, third. Skip to page. Here we go. Our basic time order words are before, after, and during. Before in Spanish is después, and after is antes. Okay, so before school, I eat breakfast. Even though school is talked about at the beginning of the sentence, breakfast is what happened first. So before school, I eat breakfast. This means breakfast, then school. After. After school, I go to soccer practice. Remember, after is going to be the next thing that happens. So once school is completed, I go to soccer practice. And during is what's happening at the same time. So during school, I learn many things. School and learning are happening at the same time. Please try talking about these in a sentence. Tell me something you do before school, after school, and during school. Okay, let's talk more about before and after. So, before you bake a cake, you must preheat the oven. This means you must get the oven hot before you put the cake in. After the cake is done, let it cool down. Now the cake is completed, it needs to become cool. Before turning in your test, make sure you check your work. So don't turn it in before checking your work. After you turn in your test, you may not get it back. So you see these go together. First, when we're talking about a cake, so before the cake is made, we must turn on the oven. After the cake is made, we have to let it cool down. Here, in these sets, we are talking about a test. Before you give the test to the teacher, check your work. After you give it to the teacher, you don't get it back. Okay, now here's your activity. Write a set of before and after statements about one thing. So maybe before you wash your hands, put soap on your hands. After you're done washing, dry your hands. Something like that. Something with before and after in both sentences, and it's about one topic. There we go. Write a before and after sentence that go together. And I picked this picture just because you often will see before and after pictures of somebody who has had a makeover. Makeover is when you add makeup or do a hairdo differently, and this is the famous singer Rihanna. Hey, now we're going to be talking about sequencing words. These are basically like counting words. So we have first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. If you can see a pattern. First is kind of hard. First and second are hard because 1 and 2 don't really sound like those. 1, 2, and 3 are all actually kind of hard. First, second, third. But after that, it gets a little easier. So 4, fourth, 5, fifth, 6, sixth, 7, seventh, 8, eighth. I want you to try the next 4 on your own. You are going to write what they would sound be. So just like I said, sixth, you would write seventh. And then you would write what comes after seventh. And then what comes after that, and what comes after that, and what comes after that. So 4. Okay, here are some more sequencing words. We have next, then, before, now, later, after, finally, and lastly. For this slide, I want you to translate all of these words into your first language. Okay, try to fill in the blanks. We already watched, you should have already watched, I should say, the video on morning and daily activities. Try completing this activity talking about what you do in the morning. So, first thing I do in the morning is blank. Then I blank. After I blank, I blank. At school, I get to blank next. I go to blank. After school, I go home. Finally, blank. So I might do not copy what I'm saying. I want you to write it on your own, but I might say first thing I do in the morning is wash my face. Then I eat breakfast. After I eat breakfast, I brush my teeth, put on my makeup, and pack my bag. At school, I go to math class. Next, I go to ESL class. After school, I go home. Finally, I eat dinner, do my homework, and go to sleep for the night. Try to use these sentence frames to tell me about what you do in your average day. You should rewrite each sentence. So I should see this whole thing typed out and your activities filled in. Right, your next activity is to read the story and then place the events in order. This will require a little bit of work from you. You'll need to type out the events in order. So I'll read it to you right now. After school, I go to the locker room and get changed for soccer practice. Then I stretch and warm up for practice. After warm-ups, we learn drills. Once practice is over, I go home to eat dinner with the family. While we eat, my parents talk to me about my day. Before I go to sleep for the night, I complete all my homework. So again, you're going to go through this story and you're going to place the events in order. So maybe 1 would be finishing school, 2 would be going to the locker room and getting changed, 3 stretching, and so on and so forth. I'm going to read the story to you one more time just so you can hear it again. After school, I go to the locker room. I get changed for soccer practice. Then I stretch and warm up for practice. After warm-ups, we learn drills. Once practice is over, I go home to eat dinner with the family. While we eat, my parents talk to me about my day. Before I go to sleep for the night, I complete all my homework. One of these events is going to be happening at the same time, so you might be numbering something twice. Remember, I said while. While means during or at the same time. Try this out and we will go over the answers later this week. All right, good luck.